Hey everyone, I'm Shabrina and this is Martino. Thanks for coming and watching our video here today. We're getting married soon. Martino proposed to me back in August and we have a few questions. Like, what is marriage like? What is it like to get married? And today we're in Coconut Grove. We figured that we could find a lot of married couples to answer some questions that we have because it's a very family-oriented place where there's a lot of restaurants, boutiques, and a lot of brunch spots. So we hope to catch a lot of couples and get their outlooks on marriage.
So my name is Martino.
I'm Roger.
Nayelis.
I'm Danny.
My name is Bushra.
Bistro?
And Adam.
My name is Will.
Will?
Alex.
Alex, where are you guys from?
From here.
From Miami?
Yes.
From here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm from Denmark.
Oh, no way. That's awesome.
We're from Miami.
Miami.
Originally
That's what's
Cuban.
up.
We're both Cuban.
So I know you guys are married. How long have you guys been married for?
A little over a year.
Or almost 2 years. Yeah, 2 years in October.
That's what's up. How old are you guys?
I'm 20.
I'm 21.
Yo, congratulations, guys. So Roger, the first question I want to ask you is, why was getting married important for you?
Well, it's a relationship that is a bond between a couple that, it's just the whole thing, the family,
Yeah.
a bond that you created between you and wife. And it's just a common thing, we're Portuguese, we're Catholic, so we believe on marriage for life,
I mean, for me, it's just love is always there, but it's just, I guess, to put a title on it, it's not really important. It's the next level from girlfriend to wife. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't really want to call your girlfriend your whole life, so might as well call it girlfriend to wife.
I mean, it's like just being a family, going forward with someone. You know that you have the sport all the time and you grow with someone.
Yeah.
You learn from that person like forever.
That's a hard question.
Want me to go first?
Yeah, go for it.
When you know, you know. So she's from Denmark.
Yeah.
I'm from here. We met. I was on a business trip, and she committed to taking the risk to come here and come live with me, and just to solidify that, like, yes, I know you're the one. This is the one. I don't want anything to come in between us, staying together. So
Yeah.
let's just get married. It makes sense. It feels right.
So how long you guys know each other before you guys got married?
How long, like a year and a half?
Yeah, like a year and change.
I'd rather just say, hey, look, this is my wife, not my girlfriend.
Basically, I feel
Yeah.
the same way.
How long
Yeah.
were you guys dating before you guys?
6 years.
6 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so we've been high school sweethearts.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
way.
How has getting married made you a better person and how?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
How or how not?
Yes, for sure. Well, first of all, because, if you're married to a Brazilian,
Yes.
buddy,
She'll get you a check.
oh, she'll get you in check, man, for sure. Yeah. So if you guys get married to a Brazilian woman, man, get ready.
He makes me a better person every day. That has nothing to do with being married. That's just, when you find the right person, they make you want to be better.
I think that your partner really helps, see the flaws in your own, either personality or just the way you live your life, because they can be honest with you.
Yeah.
And so I think as a result, you can make yourself a better person, more whole person, and improve some of the things that may be your flaws, and then also elevate the things that are maybe your strengths or things that are positive about you.
Because you also see yourself from another person's perspective. It's not just you being that person, because sometimes it's hard to see those things. And also we have some cultural differences, right? Background differences, but also a lot of similarities. We have these values that we met in the middle. The most important things that you meet is actually just being nice to each other.
When you're having a terrible day and everything's going wrong, but then you come home and your person's there and everything just gets a little bit better. Everything is small stuff in comparison.
100%. Have you had to change any part of yourself to be better for her or you for him? Have you had to be yo, I gotta change this so I can have a better relationship?
At least
No.
nothing intentionally.
No,
Yeah.
I think you make me want to be a better person every day. And that's just, it's a journey throughout. It's not like there was anything where I thought, okay, I got to change this to be with him. No, and you're just perfect for each other.
Being married, the wife makes you a better man, makes you understand more about the whole situation about marriage and things that we as a man don't see it, and they make us see things different. So it's great.
We just like spending time with each other, and
Honestly, we've learned a lot from each other.
Yeah.
We started dating when we were kids, basically.
Yeah.
so we got to grow with each other a lot. We got to mature with each other a lot, and I guess we have a pretty comfortable and good relationship.
Yeah.
We're pretty open. She goes out when she wants with her friends. I go out when I want with my friends. We're not on top of each other all the time.
It's
you
just
know?
very, very, very healthy. You tend to see a lot of young people get married, and you don't see their relationship to be as open. They're a lot more toxic. That's why I feel more comfortable getting married at such a young age.
Yeah.
So you don't feel pretty good. Doesn't stop me from doing anything.
A lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to be in a relationship because I want to grow as a person. Like, do you think that's true? Like, do you think you can grow as your own individual?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't stop him ever for doing.
If anything, it
does.
should be a support structure to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, why should a person stop you from growing? Like, I've never understood that at all.
Once they say that, they're not.
Yeah, once they say that, they were never really dedicated to the relationship to begin with.
How do you guys recover with disagreements, with arguments? Like, how do you get through that when you guys bump heads? Like, how do you solve that?
That's interesting because we've had disagreements, but we haven't had a fight. I guess it's just because how we handle disagreements and how we go about things. Listening, of course, it's like the oldest cliche in the book, right?
Right.
Listen, just pay attention and hear what the other person has to say, and then try to see it from their perspective and work from there. When you're starting at the baseline of, okay, I see what you're getting at and you see what I'm getting at, then we can find the middle ground a lot easier.
It never gets to escalate to that point where we're fighting.
Yeah.
We just communicate beforehand. I think we're quite in tune with each other, so we can feel instantly when there's some kind of bad energy going on, and then we know immediately to talk about it.
Yeah. Slow down and say, okay, and just be really descriptive with your words and be very clear with what you intend and how you meant something to come out, and then work from there.
We rarely have arguments.
That's
to
good.
be honest, we're like so lucky.
We've worked on them, right? I think also like learning how the other person processes like the feelings and emotions that come with an argument.
Yeah.
I've learned that it takes my wife a lot longer to like get through these things, and like I've kind of coached her about like how to get over things a little bit quicker, and like I'm able to like move on very quickly. But I'm also somebody who, in the moment when an argument happens, I want to make sure we see it through all the way to the end. She needs sometimes a moment to breathe and like think about it.
He's like a therapist.
I'm like, no, like
It was like,
I'm like,
how did you
let's
feel,
get this
you know?
over with now. Yeah, you never master, the art of not getting into an argument.
Right.
Every couple has them, but I do think that over time, if you work on it, you get better at it, right?
Yeah.
This is a little harder. This is more challenging. How do you guys deal with disagreements or arguments? Like, how do you come over when you guys have like combative?
I'll talk
Yeah,
about
look
it.
at
That's kind of tough.
Basically, he's very used to hold a lot of
Yeah, I'm very
stuff
close.
back
I'm a
in.
close person, so
I'm
like,
very I like to communicate a lot. I like to talk things through, and he's learned to be that way recently, which is only made us like be better.
yeah, like when I'm
person
mad
in a
or I'm
relationship.
pissed, I'm just like you don't talk to me like.
So you're
get out
not
here.
communicating.
Yeah, not at
She's
all.
trying to communicate with
She's
you.
always like that person, like, oh, what's wrong? Like, what's up? Like, what's
Yeah.
wrong? And I'm like, yo, leave me alone, man. Like, I'm
Yeah,
good. Like,
yeah.
I'm fine. So, like, I'm finally now kind of opening up and I tell her what's wrong because it's better for the relationship. Like, don't do that. Like, it's messed up.
Yeah.
Just don't lock your partner out of your problems.
And it takes years, right, of like
A lot
practicing
of
that.
time, yeah.
Oh man, this is a great question. The best thing to do is, if you're right or if you're wrong, apologize.
That's it.
Because if you're right, you're wrong.
I'm sorry, babe.
If you're right, you're wrong, and if you're wrong anyway. So
Yeah.
just apologize to her.
Okay.
It's better. Even when she's wrong, I'll just apologize to her.
He always apologizes.
Yeah, I better. I say I'm sorry, man. I screw up. Even if I'm not, I know I'm right. I
Yeah.
just say I'm sorry.
Were there any important conversations that you guys had to have before you guys got married? Was there anything that it was important for you guys to discuss, work through before you guys actually?
I wanted to share a future with somebody who had the same goals as me, career-wise, like family-wise, which he checked all those boxes. So this was pretty much like set for me.
Let's go. Let's
Yeah,
go.
pretty much, yeah.
Great question.
Yeah.
Because actually we talked this before we got married because I didn't know the difference. I'm like coming from another country. I'm originally from Turkey, and I born and raised Muslim. I'm not practicing it, but that's kind of like a cultural thing that, like there are like certain religions, like in every religion, like the person that from your religion is totally, like fine with marrying a person like that. I was a really open-minded person. That was never an issue for me.
Right.
And Adam is Jewish. So like, and a friend of mine told me before we got married, she was like, oh, you need to convert. and otherwise he wouldn't marry you. So that was kind of like a big shock to me.
Yeah.
And this person is also from Turkey, and I was like, oh, I don't know, like, how did you get this information, whatever. And then I start going deeper, and I asked this question to Adam, if this is really a thing. And then because of that, we started talking about these things, about our future kids, and what we would do things, and like what we teach them. These are really important.
Yeah.
For people to talk before the marriage, and just to understand what kind of a next generation you want to raise.
Right.
Life goals.
Life goals.
Kids. I think one really important one, and it's a controversial one, is how do you feel about abortion? How do you feel about if you get pregnant with a kid that has certain issues? What do you do then? That's a really important thing to discuss before you get married.
Why that topic? Just in case like anything happens, you're like, you wanna
Because
make
it's
sure.
such a polarizing topic.
Yeah.
And you can't have a disabled baby.
Right.
So that's something you just have to agree on.
And those kinds of things, when the time comes where that decision needs to be made,
Right.
it's already such a stressful, situation
That you wanna
and
make
you want to make sure that you're both on the same page
Yeah.
beforehand, so there's no emotions about, oh, you're not listening to me now, or well, this is different, things like that. It's
Yeah.
set the baseline kind of ground rules
Yeah.
and make sure that we're all on the same page.
Yeah, and there's stuff like live in the city or live in the country, and a lot of compromises can be made, but those really like fundamental values that you have, I think you have to discuss that.
100%. If you can go back to the day that you got married, like that wedding day before you went down the walk and said, yes, I do. If you can go back to that day, what advice would you give yourself?
Before I say yes,
Yeah.
nothing. We did it on, we're 55 years old, and we got married 6 years ago.
Wow,
And
congratulations.
Yeah. So, when you're that mature, you know what you want. And she knew what she wanted, and I knew what I want, and, we want our kid, and, we knew exactly what we wanted. I wouldn't change anything.
Are you happy that you got married later in life, or do you think it's better to get married earlier in life?
I got married early in life, and I was married for a long time, 20-something years.
Wow.
And, finally got divorced.
Wow.
And I was single for about 10 years. And, when I got married again, I know I'd much rather stay married than divorced than single.
What advice would you give about your relationship now? Like, what advice?
Open up, open up a little bit more. But I mean, everything, I think, I wouldn't really change anything, because at the end of the day, everything's a learning process.
Yeah.
So if you were to change something, it might not work out now.
Yeah.
So our relationship has been pretty perfect from the beginning
Honestly,
to
for
now.
me, it's just don't overthink. Some things are just the way they seem they are, and that's it. You don't have to think it so much.
Yeah, ladies, don't jump to conclusions.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
If you could go back to the day you got married, what advice would you give yourselves?
Aww. It's so emotional. We're like always saying that, we wish it was like longer.
The day.
The day.
Yeah.
It just
Yes.
goes so quickly.
Yeah, it does.
And like somebody at our wedding, Adam's like family friend, she told me like just take a deep breath and just look around.
Yeah.
Look,
yeah.
all these people here, they are here for you. Just take this moment and just feel this, energy, and everybody loves you, everybody here for you.
Wow.
That was like really good advice to me at the wedding, because it grounds you and it tells you because there's so many things in your mind, like, oh, did I say hi to that person? Did I eat enough? Like you're running around, exactly, so many things that you need to deal with at the wedding. That was really good advice for me. I mean, maybe somebody would give you that advice, maybe not, but I would like you guys to remind yourself that it's your best day ever.
Yeah.
And just take literally every moment and just do a snapshot in your brain. I want to remember this. I want to remember it. I wish it was longer.
Yeah.
It was just the best experience we had.
Just try not to stress. Everything's gonna go wrong.
Yeah.
Or it's gonna go its own way.
Yeah, whatever way it's gonna go.
It's
It's just
supposed
gonna
to be.
go at even I caught myself. I knew that, and I caught myself a few times being like, "Come on, why isn't everybody getting in front of the picture? We gotta go. Let's go, guys." And I had to kind of calm myself down and be like, "All right, chill. It's gonna be
We almost
fine."
start fighting with people here.
Yeah.
The thing is when you see that, for example, you see those little things, right? Because you know how everything's supposed to go, right? You have the plan. But people don't know. That's the thing, you can calm yourself, because they don't know if it's going wrong. They don't know if
Yeah,
it's going
they don't
right.
know. True. That's
Just, just go with the flow, relax, and try to enjoy just soak it in. It's the best day ever.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change a thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't change a thing. I know that day I was just so happy. You know, there are like important, scary things in your life where you're like, oh, good heavens, like, is this the right thing to do now?
Yeah.
Is this the right person? Is this the right job to take? Is this the right, thing to do?
Yeah.
Not a doubt in my mind.
Confidence. Confidence.
Yeah. And so when you know at your core that it's the right, it's right, then everything's easy.
I appreciate it. Thank you, pal. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, okay?
Thank you. Let's go, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You two are awesome.
Yeah.
It was so great meeting you two and just taking the time to talk with us. So thank you so much.
Thank you if you made it to the end of the video. Really, really appreciate it. Hopefully, if you clicked on this video because you're curious about, marriage or relationships and you learned a little bit of something. I know I definitely did.
Yeah, did you learn something?
I did.
What did you learn?
At least I really appreciated everyone's answers. They talk about how marriage, it's just such a powerful force that you have two people coming together to create a beautiful life together. And I think it's really great of understanding that principle that you're two different people. You have to grow together, you're gonna learn together, and that every experience you have is for the better. And I thought it was super sweet how a lot of people said they wouldn't change anything because it's just telling your individual story as a couple. So I think it's really great.
There was a lot of people that we asked to be on the camera and they said no. But behind the scenes what they told us was that marriage is a lot of work and it's not easy. And I would say it's true. Like, it's not easy because you have to learn how to cooperate. It makes you learn more about yourself and about somebody else. But the things I learned from this video is how important it is to be on the same page with your spouse. Like, it's really, really important that if you're gonna live life with somebody, you need to ask the necessary questions, have those necessary conversations to be on the same page. Because as someone said in the video today, when life gets hard and you actually have to make hard decisions, you wanna make sure that you and your spouse are on the same team, that stress isn't coming from each other, but just from the situation.
Yeah, and I guess it's just like the principle of communication. Like, that's how you grow together. That's how you are able to be vulnerable in certain instances. If you don't communicate, you won't make any progress. So let us know, do you have any questions? Like, what stuck out to you throughout this video? We really appreciate you tuning in with us. If you have any questions about our marriage coming up in a few months, let us know. We're gonna be planning the wedding soon, so maybe we can plan some content around that if you're interested. But yeah, thanks again for tuning in Beyond the Beach.
Like and subscribe.